we have a guy in the White House. I'm not gonna say his name. And that was given a chance to say we're about love and not hate. And that did not denounce the Klan, the alt-right, and those Nazi motherfuckers. I've been in your waters. Scene had to go in. We looked to our leaders to give us direction, to make moral decisions. It's not a black, white, brown, or it's everybody. We all live on this planet, and this guy in the White House has a nuclear code. I go to bed every night thinking about it. I seen the football, that attaché case. My wife and I gave a benefit for President Obama. And I saw the attaché case in the car. That is not science fiction. That shit is real. And this motherfucker has a nuclear code. And you got the guy in Korea and this other guy in Russia. What the is going on? This film, to me, is a wake-up call. Fake has been trumpeted as a truth. That's what this film's about. I know in my heart, I don't care what the critics say or anybody else, we are on the right side of history with this film. I don't need to say anything else after this.
Spike Lee's angry. And he seems to be dropping a lot of F-bombs and cussing, so you know it's real talk. It's a guarantee at that point. When you hear those words, it's real talk. We all know this. At any rate, he's very angry with the KKK, which, if you were listening to this and didn't know any better, you would think is this giant organization who's sweeping across the country and just growing by the day. But anyone who knows better knows that it's a pathetic organization that's a tiny, tiny shell of its former self. Which is a great thing, we all can agree on. But not if you ask Spike Lee. They are still a menacing, giant organization, apparently, because, like I said, he made a movie to fight this cause and dump millions of dollars towards it. And he seems to not only have a problem with the KKK, but with Trump. And that's no surprise, because in today's media and political climate, it's a pretty well-known thing that bashing Trump gets you free airtime, even though it's the most overused and played out trick in the book, but he knows it gets you free airtime, so he goes on and does some bashing, which you saw if you viewed the clip, and he says some things that I found kind of funny and ridiculous. For example, he's seen the football. I need to quote this. He's seen the football. There's nothing science fiction about it. It's like, yeah, Spike, we know there's nothing science fiction-y about nuclear armaments that have been around and been used since we dropped an A-bomb in World War II on Hiroshima. We know, Spike, it's not science fiction at all. I don't know what he meant by that. But that's not even important, you know, because then he's going on and on about neo-Nazi racist Fs and all this, and it's like, dude, you're dedicating so much energy and money towards the tiniest of the tiniest portion of the fringest group in America. It's you would think it's this vast giant army. And, you know, when you categorize people as Nazis and neo-Nazis and stuff, when it's really just people who disagree with you politically and are right of Fidel Castro, then yeah, I understand. Everyone, then yeah, we got a huge Nazi problem. But by its normal and sane definition, it's this tiny subset of idiots who are hateful just on the basis of skin color and race, and it's nowhere near the proportions that they make it out to be. But one thing I find ironic in this entire diatribe of his is, he's so concerned about the black lives and saving black lives and all that, yet there's and improving black lives, yet there's no mention how black unemployment's at historic lows right now. A historic low in January, bounced back up a little bit, and then dipped back down. So it's hovering around historic lows right now, which is a great thing for everyone. And then you got Trump, who Mar-a-Lago, he brought and included blacks and Jews to be able to be members there when they were not previously allowed to be members before, and it was essentially whites only. So we opened that up to everyone, membership to everyone. He doesn't get credit for any of this, and Trump's this huge racist guy supposedly, and no one mentions any of these things. And then you got the big one to me, how Trump wants to defund and has said how he wants to defund Planned Parenthood and government funding for Planned Parenthood, which is just an ugly, ugly organization with deep, deep roots in racism, eugenics, all kinds of ugly things. You got its creator, Margaret Sanger, who was known as, quote, saying, "We do not want word to go out that we want to exterminate the Negro population," close quotes. And people are like, well, that quote's taken out of context. Look at it in its full context. It's arguably even uglier. You can see for yourself. I'll let you check that out. But the point is, he's going on and on about these things, and none of it's contributed to saving lives. The fact that an African American man is far more likely to be killed by another African American man, and how we need to do these things to fix gang violence in the inner cities, and everyone can contribute to making these places a better place to live and go about your everyday life. No mention of anything like that in this diatribe, and maybe he said something about it before. I'm sure he has, but this whole thing is targeted at Trump, and he has this huge beef with this guy that's really done some good for the black community when you really think about it. And no mention of things like fluoride that have twice the effects of lowering IQs for blacks than it does for whites, and how it's just a horrible, horrible brain-rotting chemical for them and whites together, but more so for blacks, like I said, twice as hurtful. And then you just really step back and think, well, what are his motives then for all of this, and what's the point of any of it? When we've come a long way, and we really should just be in harmony together and prosper together and take advantage of this booming economy that we have under Trump's presidency. The stock market, throw some money in the stock market. Let's all make some money, come together. But no, we have race baiting people like Spike Lee, like Maxine Waters. I mean, take your pick, man. There's a ton of them who are just hatchet men and women of the left who were out there just sowing as much racial division and hatred as possible to simply advance their political agendas. It's as simple as that. If they can keep us mad and down each other's throats, that equals more votes for them, because they've tricked an entire group of people that voting for them will advance their lives in a positive way, when we've seen time and time again that that's not the case. And there's plenty of people who have pointed this out. Kanye West recently spoke out against this and got assaulted verbally by the left on social media and the media in general. So yeah, man, I don't know. Just it's reached a boiling point for a lot of people, and it's a shame, because at the end of the day, America's a great place to live. We've come a long way racially, socially, and if we didn't let people like this sow division and manufacture this phony just hate for each other that there doesn't need to be, and reflect and sit back and think about how we really do have more in common than they would like us to think, we can all live happy lives and live in this awesome, great country that we're all very lucky to be in. That's all I have to say on this matter for now. Thanks for watching, guys. I'm going to try to make videos more frequently like I was before, so stay tuned. Please subscribe, and see you on the next one. Comment below. Let me know what you think. Well, if you've made it this far, it's a fairly safe bet you're a deplorable as well. So please support us by liking this video, sharing this video, subscribing to the channel here, checking out the website here and checking out our other videos right over there.